Hello, my name is Talia Gonzalez, and today I'll be playing the role of a substance abuse counselor for a nonprofit organization. And today I'll be interviewing Edminia, who is a mother that has a problem with substance abuse and is trying to reunify herself with her kids. And today we'll be meeting for the first time in my office. Come in. Hello, I'm Talia.
Mina, nice to meet you.
Hello, nice to meet you. So, I see that you came in here voluntarily.
Yeah, that's
And
correct.
what can I help you with today?
Well, I've been having a substance abuse problem for a couple years. It started off with alcohol, but from there, when alcohol wasn't enough, I started trying new things. So I started doing drugs. I started doing cocaine and heroin, and due to that, my kids are no longer with me, and I really want to get them back.
Okay, just first off, I want to let you know that everything you say here with me today is going to be strictly confidential unless you admit to hurting yourself or someone else, and that's when I'm mandated to report to law enforcement. So just wanted to put that out there. So I see that you're having a problem with substance abuse and that you want to reunify yourself with your children. Is there anybody that in your life that's going to be able to help you with that?
Well, all my friends are the people that got me into this problem. They all drink and do drugs with me.
Mm-hmm.
My parents are not here because they said if I didn't stop, they wouldn't talk to me. So I haven't seen them in a long time. My husband, he said that I wasn't a good mother, so he took my kids away, and they live with him. I have a sister, but she lives in Colorado, so I feel like I'm alone right now.
Okay, so your main focus today is to get yourself better, to reunify yourself with your children, and that's your priority right
Yes.
now, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so first off, I want to know how many times you would like to come back to see me. So,
Well, right now, I'm not working. I got fired from my job because of the drug and alcohol problems. So, I want to stick with what my insurance has because I don't have extra money to pay for additional visits.
okay, so let me look at your insurance, and I see that your insurance does cover twice a week. So, whatever days we can put you for, either Monday through Friday, you can choose 2 days out of the week, and that is totally up to you.
Okay.
Okay, so just to let you know that your insurance is going to cover 2 days a week for a period of 10 weeks.
Okay.
So that would be good for you. So tell me how all your substance abuse problems have started.
Well, it started a couple years after we got married. Um, I had my first son, and right now he's 13. So after him, we had my second son, Alexander. And when he was born, he had a lot of health problems, and he was always in and out of the hospital because he had pneumonia, because he had problems growing growing up. He was too short. He wouldn't eat right. He had trouble gaining weight. So all of that took a toll on our family. My husband had to stay extra hours in the office, and I didn't get to see him as often, and I felt that I was alone dealing with the problems by myself. So I started drinking to kind of forget about everything that was going on in my life. I would call my friends, or they would call me to have a drink. After I put my children to bed, I would leave, and sometimes I wouldn't come back home until the next day. My husband sometimes had to miss work because I would not come back home. It started off with a night every now and then it became every week. And from every week, it just kind of started becoming more often. Um, when alcohol wasn't having an effect on me anymore, I started using drugs.
Okay, so your substance abuse started after your second son was born.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, what trials and tribulations did you go through to start drinking?
Well, like I said, I just felt like I was alone all the time. I didn't feel like I had support, and just seeing my son be sick all the time, I felt um, as I had done something wrong, because it maybe if I had, taken better care of myself, or if I had, noticed when he was smaller that he was getting sick all the time, maybe he wouldn't be where he is today.
So on a scale from 1 through 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest, do you think you put your children in danger when they're with you?
I think that I do because, like I said, I use drugs. I do heroin shots. So sometimes I leave the needles, laying around. And I'm scared that one of my kids is gonna, think it's a toy and start playing with it and they can get hurt with that.
Okay, so some of the reasons why um, CPS would come in and take charge and taking your children away is because, yes, you obviously are a wonderful mother because you care about your children. As we went on through this conversation, I feel like they are the reason why you're here.
Mm-hmm.
But them being in your presence while you're drinking alcohol, doing drugs, like, what if something could have happened? What if somebody was choking on something and they're sleeping, or would you be able to help them, intoxicated? So those are the reasons why, some of the reasons why CPS will come in, because they don't want anything to happen to the children. Not for your sake, of course, they're not going to take them away. You're here because you want to get them back.
Mm-hmm.
So, to our plan. So you said you wanted to come in twice a week, which your insurance will cover in a period of 10 weeks. What are things that I can help you with to reunify yourself with your children to make you better?
I think that I need to get a job because that way I have money, and I can show the court that I am able to provide for my kids. And I think having a job again will, keep me away from doing bad things, from being around alcohol and my friends all the time.
So you said you are looking for a job. What type of experience do you have?
Well, I used to work as a cashier for a fast food restaurant. But other than that, that's been my only job that I've had.
What are your interests? Like, what do you want to do as a job? Because I know I would want to do something that I love. So, what are your interests or hobbies?
Well, I really, really, really like to cook. Before everything started, like cooking was a way of me, to relax, and I really like baking cookies and making pastries. So I would definitely want to work something related to food.
Okay,
Like
so
a
you don't want
restaurant.
to be a waitress, though, right?
No.
Okay, so maybe I can try to help you out with that and try to find a suitable job for you where you can be cooking, not waitressing. And so we can also do drug test, weekly drug test for the next 10 weeks that we'll be seeing each other. We can also find you AA meetings in your community so you won't have to drive far, and just stuff like that. So, are you willing to do both, or it's your decision what you want to do?
Well, I think I should start going to AA meetings
Okay.
first.
Okay, and then you want to proceed to drug tests,
Yeah.
stuff like that? Okay, that sounds great.
Okay.
So back to the contract planning, you wanted to come twice a week for a 10-week period.
Yeah.
And you wanted to start looking for a job and also attending AA meetings. So in our next session, I will have all those ready laid out for you. Looking for a job, you can if I find any, I can just list them off for you. You can see what ones you want to apply for. And for AA meetings, I'll just have the places and times for you.
Okay.
It's for our next meeting. So I think that's it. And I would really enjoy meeting and seeing you next time.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Hello, Allison. So I did use a non-directive opening with the client, and I used paraphrasing. I did the contract, suggestions, scaling. I tried to summarize. I did do the brief introduction, greeting the client. I know I did not partialize, I believe, prompts, or I try to do as much open-ended questions. Those were my really hard part. I don't think I did a very good job, but I tried. Overall, I think I should get at least a 3 or maybe 2.5. I don't think I did my best. I could have went better, but overall, I believe a 3. Thank you.